On a Sunday in early February, a fledgling ibis was found alone and unwell in the 4ZZZ car park. Justine, a station volunteer, contacted me as she knew I was involved with wildlife rescue and lived a short drive from Z headquarters in Fortitude Valley. I arrived at the station to find the ibis, later given the name Ruby, sitting by herself on the bench at the bottom of the stairs, far away from water, grass or anything else that constitutes an ibis's usual habitat. Ruby was well enough to evade capture for a short time, which was a good sign. Once I caught her and evaluated her health, I decided to ring Pelican and Seabird Rescue. Ibis are known for raiding bins in malls and on footpaths, but they really are water birds, and Nat from Pelican and Seabird Rescue is very experienced at looking after them. Thus began Ruby's journey to recovery and eventual release. I joined Nat for Ruby's release.
What we're doing today is releasing little Ruby, a fledgling ibis who's been in care for a couple of weeks. And we found this beautiful island oasis called Ibis Island in the middle of the cement jungle in Brisbane. And this is where, and so at the moment I'm just feeding the ibis some stuff, some food, nutritious, delicious food. No chips here and no bread. To bring in some birdies so that when I let Ruby out, she's got some friends straight away. Good luck out there, little sweetheart. Happy Ruby. You get a whole bunch of lovely waterfall food, Ibis Island. Happy dance, Bubba. I've marked her wings with some black dots so we know who she is amongst the group. Here you go, Bubby. Here you go, Bubby. So little Ruby was rescued by my mate Linda, and down at the 4ZZZ car park a few weeks ago. She was diagnosed with 2 fractures in her right foot. I had her in for a week, and then she was due for a recheck and an x-ray to see how things were healing, and she was given the all clear that the fracture was healing really well. And had calcified well, but I was concerned about her poo, so I said they got them to run some diagnostics on her fecal, and she came back. The results came back with a very heavy burden of tripe. So then she did a week of 2 lots of medication to treat that, which is a little protozoan beastie, which is making her quite ill. So then sent her fecal up to the Australia Zoo team again for a recheck earlier this week, and she was all clear. But then we got the news in that fecal exam that she had some tapeworm eggs present. So wormed her, and and here we are today, ready for release.
How did you treat the broken bones?
Small cage enclosure, so forced rest basically, and she kind of did. She was very compliant at that time, clearly because she was also in pain, so that assisted with her healing. Her particular 2 fractures didn't require splinting or bandaging or anything like that. The vets didn't say that it warranted that. It was just, enforced cage rest. So, and she did do lots of sitting down and, minimal weight bearing on that leg, on the foot, I mean.
Do bones heal quicker in birds than humans?
No.
So, because if we had something, we'd be told to rest for 6 weeks.
Yeah. It is, for it to fully heal, it is around 6 weeks. But when on the x-ray after the first week, they had said that the bones had calcified well and sort of knitted together, and they were doing, it was doing really well. So she has been in care for another couple of weeks after that. It's about 3 weeks from day of admission. Obviously not sure too whether or not the break those fractures actually occurred on the day that you rescued her, or whether they were already partly healing, which I think they may have been already partly healing, so it was a little bit of an old fracture.
How did you know she was ready to release?
She was becoming very, very active in her enclosure at home, and just wanting out. So, scratching at the sides and, being agitated, I guess, in inverted commas, and flapping around very strong. They're sort of some of the indicators that we're ready to go. And the poos were looking fantastic. And she was very bright and alert and very strong, and not content in her enclosure anymore.
Being there at Ibis Island, surrounded by ibises big and small, I started to wonder who's who in the ibis world. How do we tell the males and the females apart, the youngsters from the adults?
Oh yeah. So it's really just size. You can see this one here, just at the base of the tree, that's a male, because the bill is so long and the bird is quite large, whereas, and this one here, that's a massive boy, that right in the middle in the front. This one, where's the little girl? Oh, there. Can you see the second one down, who's foraging around now just beside this tree, to the right hand side, just coming up beside that tree now. Her bill's quite little, and it's an adult because she's got the leather head, or the skin on the head, whereas the one in the background on the same right hand side, the one that's just getting chased now, that's a young bird. It's got the downy feathers on the top of the head, same as our little Ruby. Here she comes. Hello, Ruby.
Ibis Island is 1.6 kilometres from 4ZZZ. We don't know for sure that Ruby originally came from there, but it's the closest and most suitable ibis habitat to Fortitude Valley. Ruby mixed in well with the Ibis Island crew, and after spending some time watching her, Nat and I left, wishing our baby a happy and safe future. Ibis Island is home to many other species. While there, I've seen cormorants, swamp hens, water dragons, wood ducks, black ducks, fairy wrens, crows, cockatoos, and peewees. It really is an oasis, in close proximity to some of the busiest roads in Brisbane. The inner city bypass is less than 100 metres from Ibis Island, creating a stark juxtaposition between landscapes. Despite this, Ruby has the best new home an inner city ibis could hope for. I went back to Ibis Island a few times and spotted Ruby among the Ibis Island massive, enjoying freedom. According to a random person on the internet, ibis symbolism conveys the idea that one will find the treasures one seeks in the most unexpected places. Ruby helped me find Ibis Island, a magical sanctuary amidst the mean streets of inner city Brisbane. Respect to Nat and Pelican and Seabird Rescue for giving Ruby a second chance at life. I hope when I visit next, she's there, thriving along with all the other creatures of Ibis Island.